I gave you every part of me, held your storm so you could sleep. I stayed in love through every hurt, but these tears you don't deserve. I learned your fears, I wore your pain, built a home in your hurricane. You called it love when it felt like need, and I kept bleeding just to make you see. You pulled away, I pulled in tight, tried to hold us through your quiet nights, but I was loving for the both of us, and that's not how it's supposed to be. For love, I gave my soul to broken ground, but baby, I won't break me now. These are tears you don't deserve, not for someone who forgot my word. I stood in fire just to keep you warm, but I'm not crying just to feed your storm. I loved you past the point it hurt. These are tears you don't deserve. We had more moments, we had grace, midnight dancing, quiet space. But love is more than just holding on, it's knowing when the fight is gone. I still see you in every song, but that doesn't mean I was wrong. You were the chapter, not the end. Now I write with a clearer pen. I wish you well, I wish you peace, but loving you can cost my peace. These are tears you don't deserve, not when I'm learning how to put me first. You had my heart, you had my trust, but never gave back more than just enough. So now I rise, I choose my curve. No more tears you don't deserve. I won't rewrite the love we had. It wasn't all good, it wasn't all bad, but now I know what love should mean, and it's more than trying not to scream. These are tears you don't deserve, not for a girl who's found her worth. I gave you oceans, you gave me sand. Now I walk away with my own hand. You had your chance, but I deserve my love from tears you don't deserve. Tears you don't deserve, not anymore, not anymore. I gave you nights you never asked for, held your fears when you were gone. I broke myself just to keep us warm, but now I'm moving on. These tears you don't deserve.
I remember when your eyes held fire, before we traded love for time.
You stopped calling just to hear my voice,
And I stayed quiet like I had no choice.
we had pictures on the wall, but none that caught our final fall. You said forever like it weighed you down. I wore a smile to hide my frown. I tried to love you through your doubt, but baby, you shut me out. These are tears you don't deserve, not for a love that forgot how to serve. You had my heart, you had my fight, but left me holding pain each night. I gave too much, I lost my nerve. So these are tears you don't deserve.
walking late, I'd say it's fine, but cracks grow deep between the lines. I used to dream you'd understand, but I can't reach a disappearing man. I traced your name through every ache, but some love gives more than it takes. And though we tried, we lost the flame. You loved me, but not the same.
Maybe we both played our part, but I broke more than just my heart.
These are tears you don't deserve. You walked away like I made less than words. I stayed and gave my every breath. You stayed just long enough to forget. So now I'm done, I found my curve. No more tears you don't deserve.
You call it over, I'll call it grace, 'cause love should never feel out of place. I'm not bitter, just finally free from loving you more than loving me.
These are tears you don't deserve. Not from a woman who knows her worth. I gave my light, I gave my name, but you never learned to do the same. So here's my heart, but not to serve.
You've had enough of tears you don't deserve.
These tears you don't deserve.
No, not anymore. Oh, I gave my heart just to break it again. Built a home in your silence, felt the cold in your hands. But tonight, these tears, they fall for me, not you. 'Cause baby, you don't deserve what I've been through.
I stayed through the nights when the words turned sharp. Love you through distance, through shadows, through dark. I bent till I snapped, wore smiles over pain. Waited on warmth that just never came. You kissed me like maybe, not like forever. Said we'll make it work, but man, we'll try whatever. I memorized the back of your back as you leave. Still stood at the door with my hope on my sleeve.
Gave you grace, I gave you time, but love ain't love if it feels like a crime. These are tears you don't deserve, not for a love that forgot how to serve. You had my soul, but not my trust. Held me close, but not enough. I cried for us, I broke for two, but you never cried the way I do. So this time, love, I found my nerve. No more tears you don't deserve.
We had magic, we had flame, but it flickered out when you stopped saying my name. You wanted quiet, I needed truth. I wrote forever, you scribbled youth. I tried to carry what we couldn't fix, but some love dies under all the quick fix tricks. I still dream of the way we began, but I wake up alone and stronger than I
Tears
am.
in the hate, it's just release. A slow goodbye to find my peace.
These are tears you don't deserve. You lost the right when you left us hurt. I gave you fire, I gave you truth. You gave me almost, but never proof. I cried for us, I broke it too, but only one of us was breaking through. So this time, love, I'll stand, I'll swerve away from tears you don't deserve. These are tears from mine to dirt. These are tears of gold, not for the love that I'm alive. Don't go seeing me away. And baby, fire, I think you should. I gave me almost, but never through. I held some once, but it don't want.
Only you will see some told, play me so. Maybe someday you'll see it clear. What it cost me to hold you near. But by then I'll be long past pain, dancing in light out of the rain. These are tears you don't deserve. Not when I've learned how much I'm worth. You had your chance, you had my grace, but now I'm gone without a trace. I love too hard, I stayed too long, but even heartbreak finds its song. I cry no more, I break the curve of giving tears you don't deserve. Not for you, not like before. You had my heart, but not anymore. These tears you don't deserve. We danced in silence, hearts full of sound, built castles in clouds just to watch them fall down. You said forever like it cost you nothing, but I gave you a soul that kept on loving. You called it love, but love don't break this way. I'm still patching pieces you threw away. Yeah, I cried in corners where you used to smile, and waited for warmth that never stayed a while. And these are tears you don't deserve, fulfilled for someone who forgot my worth. Gave you the best of me, now it just hurts to love you this much. It only gets worse. You didn't earn this ache, this flood, this fight. You walked away, I stayed up all night. So why do I cry for a heart that's worth? Baby, these are tears you don't deserve. I held your hand when you let go first. I whispered peace through all your worst. I saw the storms behind your eyes, still I stay believing in the skies. But fairy tales don't come with scars, and love don't live behind locked hearts. I tried to light the dark for you, but every flame just burned me too. These are tears you don't deserve, written in silence, screamed in the dirt. You kissed me with lies, dressed up as words. Now I bleed in places you've never heard. I gave you a soul, I gave you my nerve, but darling, these are tears you don't deserve. And maybe someday you'll look back and see the love you lost was everything in me. Not a mistake, but a memory cursed. One you remember when it starts to hurt. No more tears you don't deserve. I've cried enough to flood the earth. Now it's not what we were. We're straight from hurt. It didn't break me, show my worth. I'll save my love for someone earned. No more tears you don't deserve. All these tears, these tears you don't deserve. Cried through storms just to feel the rain, screamed your name through a sky full of pain. But love ain't meant to break what's whole. And you, my love, You saved my soul. You held me when I broke apart, turned my silence into art. But I can see the way you hide, drowning while you stand by my side. And I won't let this love become another battlefield we run. If it hurts you, it hurts me worse. So let me say these words. These are tears you don't deserve. Every ache, every doubt, every hurt. You gave me light in a darkened world. You're more than the pain you've learned. No more shadows on your word. These are tears you don't deserve. You gave too much, forgot your name. Love me through my selfish days. Now I see the scars behind your grace, and I can't let them go to waste. You laugh like you don't bleed inside, but baby, I've seen the truth you hide. I swear from now and all I'm worth, you won't shed one tear of hurt. I know I can't erase your past, but I'll be the love that always lasts. If the world forgets your spark, I'll still be right where you are. These are tears you don't deserve. Every ache, every doubt, every hurt. You gave me light in a darkened world. You're more than the pain you've learned. No more shadows on your word. These are tears you don't deserve. Let me be the calm, the quiet peace, the voice that says you're safe with me. I won't be perfect, but I will be true, and I'll never cry because of you. These are tears you don't deserve. You're the sun, not the bird. You're the reason love can't work. More than wounds, more than words. So I'll fight for all your worth. You don't deserve. No, I won't cry tonight. Not again, not for this. I gave my heart, gave my fight, gave you every kiss. But these tears, oh, these tears you don't deserve. Not after all the silence I had to serve. We used to laugh like the world stood still, two broken hearts just chasing what felt real. I held you close through your hardest days, but I lost myself trying to make you stay. You said love means letting go of pride, but I was the one always swallowing mine. I fought for us when you turned away, hoping you love me the same someday. But baby, love can't be a one-way street, and I'm done bleeding for incomplete. These are tears you don't deserve, falling for someone who forgot my worth. I stayed, I broke, I bent to serve, a heart too blind to see the hurt. So I'll cry tonight, but not for you. It's for the me I had to lose. You had my love, but not my nerve. No more tears you don't deserve. I don't hate you, no, I never could, but love should feel more than misunderstood. You ran from hard talks and held on to blame. I stayed soft in a fire that called my name. I still remember the way you breathed, the way you whispered promises you'd never
never keep, but I believed you. Oh, how I tried, even when the truth was buried in your eyes. I'm not perfect, I know I've changed, but I gave you real in a world of games. These are the tears you don't deserve, not for the man who left me burn. I gave you faith, I gave you time, you gave me almost never full life. So I cried at night, but it's my turn to choose a life where I don't yearn. This pain is real, but I won't serve all the tears you don't deserve. Maybe one day you'll understand why strong love still needs gentle hands. I was yours with every word, but now I'm learning what I deserve. These are tears you don't deserve, not when I've learned how love should work. I gave my heart, I gave my all, but love should live, not let you fall. Cried at night, but not for you. This isn't washing me into something true. You had my soul, but now I swerve. Even tears you don't deserve. Tears you don't. Tears you don't deserve. Oh, I've cried 1,000 nights, but baby, not tonight. No, not for you. These tears, they fall like rain from broken skies, but you don't deserve the storm I've been through. I've watched your eyes drift far from mine, felt your silence loud 1,000 times. But love ain't easy and hearts ain't clean. We've both said things we didn't mean. I held on tight when you pulled away, still made you coffee every day. And maybe I lost myself in the fight, but never once did I leave your side. We made a home out of broken words, but love like ours, it still burns, it still hurts. But these are tears you don't deserve, not for the man I know you were. You gave me love, not the kind that cures, and I gave you more than you ever returned. So if I cry, it won't be for pain, it'll be for healing, not for blame. I'll save my sorrow, I'll find my nerve, 'cause darling, these are tears you don't deserve. I still remember your quiet laugh, your hand in mine and photograph. Not every fight was black and white. We had some days that felt like light, and this ain't me trying to walk away. I'm just choosing peace instead of gray. You'll always be a part of me, but love should never beg to breathe. You try to know in your own way, but baby, love should never make you pay. These are tears you don't deserve, but I learned how much I'm worth. I gave my heart through every curve, but now I'm standing no longer hurt. You had my soul, my every word, but tonight these tears you don't deserve. I'll always love the good in you, but I can't stay where love feels bruised. I want a kind of love that fights to stay, not one that slowly fades away.
So these are tears you don't deserve. They're mine to cry, not yours to serve. You'll always be chapter in my verse. Put up the charity verse. Put up to living what only hurts. Choosing life, choosing me. Little finally free. These are tears you don't deserve. No more tears you don't deserve. Goodbye, my love. These tears.